Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of the Ladywing Stitches Flosstube. My name is Zakia, and you can find me on Instagram and, wow, I was about to say Instagram and Ravelry. That's wrong show. You can find me on Instagram as @Ladywing Designs. Feel free to message me on there if you want to get in contact with me. You can also email me, ladywingdesigns@gmail.com. Again, if you want to email me about anything, feel free. The show notes for every episode of this Flosstube, along with FO post and eventually FFO post, if I ever get around to framing anything, a link, or to get there, the blog. All of that is on the blog for this Flosstube, which is ladywingdesigns.blogspot.com. But in the description box below, I will, well, all of them will be linked, but I will have a direct link to the show notes for this week. So that'll be in the description box. What else? Oh, if you're on Goodreads, for any book lovers, if you want a friend or follow me, I am Zakia the Walking Butterfly. And last episode I added a nice yellow slide before the recording, and I'm going to keep doing that with all of that info on there, so you should have already seen that. But it's also in the description box. So, how are you guys doing? Oh, today is Wednesday, January the 16th, 2019. Yeah, it's early, taking a break, back at the apartment. Boyfriend's gone for a few minutes, and I don't have really a ton to show, so I'm hoping he'll be distracted long enough for me to get through this. Yeah, so I hope you've all been well. Like I said, I'm gonna try, or I don't know if I said in the last video or not, but I'm gonna try to get on a more regular schedule with my recording. Yeah, because then we won't have super long episodes either, which will be nice because it won't take me forever to edit. So, yeah, I hope you've had a good week. As far as admin, so I did check in the Magical Stitches group, and I explained this more last week, so go back to Flosstube number 3 if you haven't watched it, to hear me talk more about the School of Magical Stitches and Literature, and that's a Facebook group. But for those of you that wanted to join, you still can. They are taking people all year, so you can join at any time throughout the year. You just go to the group. I can't remember if you have to request. I think you do have to request to join the group. And then after you get into the group, there's a sorting form, and you just fill that out. And while you're waiting to be sorted, you can go ahead and start doing the challenges and stuff. But you can join anytime during the year. I did check on that for you guys. So, yeah. And then the only other thing, so on the last video, I showed my finish for this Prairie Schooler quail. And I said that I was going to pass the stash on it, since that's how I received it. And I was gonna film this video last night, but I was on campus for 9 hours yesterday. It was a catastrophe. There were like 4 takes, like partial takes. Like I couldn't even get past my intro. It was bad. So anyway, right before I tried to do all that last night, I checked the last video, and one person had just asked for it yesterday, and that was Jenny of the Unstoppable Stitcher. So, and she's already emailed me her address. So, Jenny, I will get this out to you tomorrow. Yeah, it'll probably be tomorrow, but I will get this out to you. So, awesome. I'm going to put that back where it was so that I will know where to find it. Okay, so that's it for admin that I know of. I can't think of anything else. Okay, don't have any obviously no FFOs. I already mentioned that. No FOs this week. Yeah, because I showed you on my density last week. So we're just going to jump straight into whips. And this one I literally was working on this morning, so. Oh, I also need to do my Instagram post for this. I haven't done it. So, that's funny. I'm filming this. Not that it'll matter. You'll still see my Instagram post before you see this video. But this is Hogwarts Magic Castle. I just call it Hogwarts Castle, but I think it was Hogwarts Magic Castle when I bought it. Which I still don't think that the person's put it back up in the shop. So maybe none of you are contacting her, which is fine. I mean, I'm not asking you to, but I don't think it's in the shop the last time I checked. Anyway, yeah, so, page finish again. I worked on this a ton. Oh, this is Hogwarts Magic Castle from I Cross Stitch Pattern on Etsy before we move on. 16 count Ada, DMC, all the called for DMC. Yeah, giant piece of 16 count Ada. Okay. Yeah, so I worked on this for, well, a lot, because, okay. Oh, I'm doing so much and I don't know how to explain it all. So this page finish was really influenced by two things. So this past weekend was Stitchathon. Was it the first Stitchathon of the year? I think it was. Yeah, it was. It was the first Stitchathon of the year. So that was this past weekend. So of course I was like, okay, I gotta stitch as much as possible. Especially because BAP Saturday, BAP, B-A-P, Big Ass Project, if you don't know. But anyway, so I did work on it a ton on that Saturday. So Stitchathon was influencing me to work on this because I wanted to get a ton done for that. And then the 2400 Stitches Challenge in the Full Coverage Fanatics group. That for January, I already finished the 1200 Stitches Challenge with this page, with half of this page. So 2400 stitches on this project is basically one page. So I had to finish the page in order to get the 2400. So, and I was determined. So that's done, and I love it. I'm so excited. So yeah, I finished this yesterday. I'll come in some here. Let's put that back there. So you can see here, this is the top of the castle. So that's where the castle starts showing up. And down here in page 10, it's really gonna start showing up. I'm so excited about working the castle. But I think I'm definitely gonna have to figure out some form of parking. We'll see. I don't know. It might not work, and if I don't like it, then I'll just figure out another way to do it. Because it's gonna get done, because I want this done. But, yeah. There's definitely a crap like, just in this little bit right here, there's so much confetti, which makes it gorgeous. But, you know, it does slow me down just a little bit. But I do love switching back and forth for the colors. I don't know if you can see that very well because I know my computer hates greens, so I don't know if you can really see that, but there's this gorgeous green. It's DMC 890, and I'll clean this off. Meh. It's like it's brighter than that. And that looks kind of brownish. But it's like the most beautiful green. Maybe I'll look up a picture on Google and like pop it in. I hope I did. It's a gorgeous color. The color palette for this, which, I mean, I could just show you. The color palette for this is mostly blues and purples. Like, I mean, there are a couple of grays, that like the yellows. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get to use this one. Oh, they're just gorgeous. I love this color palette. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna, at the bottom of this page, of page 9, which you can see I've already started some, there is part of the castle, so there's confetti, a little bit of confetti, so I'm gonna see if I can figure out some form of parking that works for me in that little section on page 9, or across the bottom of page 9, where the confetti is. I'm gonna see if I can figure out something that works. Yeah, so page 3 is done. Moving on to page 9, and then I'm going to do page 10. My Q-snaps will get here tomorrow. I bought an 11 by 17 Q-snap for this just on Amazon, and it'll get here tomorrow. So, yeah. So I might keep working farther across because I'll have more space out this way. Grime Guard from Silver Moon Sewing, which, or whom I will mention again later. Hint, hint. Yeah, it's a Slytherin, there you go, Slytherin fabric. And my needle minder, I've shown this before, it's the Hogwarts crest on a wax seal, and I got that from, oh, fudgesicle. It'll be on the screen. I don't remember right now. Crap. I don't remember. Why don't I remember? No, it wasn't her. I've already put it on the screen by now. So that's Hogwarts Castle. I'm working on this again for Magical Stitches stuff this week. So that I'll have at least 400 stitches put on it this week because I'm using it for a couple of things. I'm not gonna go into all of that and explain it. I just know. Okay, next whip. So this is Pumpkin Hollow Farms from Little House Needleworks. I don't remember where I was last. Did I show this last week? No, I didn't. So this is a whip that I picked back up. So I have posted about it on Instagram, but I haven't showed it on the Flosstube. Because I picked this back up after I filmed last week. Did I show this last week? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. It's only been a week. Maybe I should start rewatching. I don't want to watch myself. It doesn't matter. Pumpkin Hollow Farms, Little House Needleworks. This is 32 count light mocha Belfast linen. Needle minder from Thrifty Thread NZ on Etsy. And all of that is linked in the show notes. I'm not gonna put it on screen because I know it. Because that just adds more work. But the link is in the show notes. Yeah. Oh, and then my Grime Guard is a new one that I got from Silver Moon Sewing. Yeah. Martyrs map, if you can't. You can kind of see it. I mean, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you know. You already know. But yeah, so I picked this back up last week for Magical Stitches, of course. And I also worked on it this weekend for Stitchathon. So that helped get a ton done. When I picked it back up, I had most of this little leaf. So I finished this leaf out, did up through here, added the little flowers, the pumpkin, like literally all of this pretty much was added over the weekend, because I don't even think I've worked on it since the weekend, actually, because I did so much. I need a break from it. Yeah, but I'm loving it. Darn it, I already put that floss back. But there's a picture of it on Instagram, so just go back on Instagram. This yellow floss is variegated. I don't know I think you can kind of see that, like this side on these flowers, they're darker. You can kind of see it a little bit. Yeah, that's a little better. You can kind of see it. You can really see it down here in pumpkin. And like in it goes from light to dark to light. But yeah, so this floss is one that Michelle Bindi Stitchy sent me a while ago. She sent me a couple color and cotton flosses because I said I'd never tried fancy floss. This was before I joined the color and cotton club. Actually, well, I think I just made a decision because I hadn't even used those flosses yet. But anyway, this is color and cotton sunflower. Which is appropriate because they're sunflowers. Yeah, and I was only going to do the flowers at first, but then I was like, I want to use more of this color because I love it, and I was like, why would I put some poopy brown here? Which, I mean, no, it is poopy brown. Anyway, anyway, it's a weird, anyway, at that moment, I was just like, why would I put some boring brown when I could put this gorgeous yellow? So, and it's harder to photograph than it is to like read in person. Yeah. But I love it. So I just have to finish up. I'm super close to being done. I just have to finish up the this green on this flower. Then there's another green I have to go back and do. Fill in the flowers, stem on the pumpkin, and there's a little border down here. And I will be done. So, it's nice. I really enjoyed picking that back up, and I need to go ahead and finish it. So my other whips are both right now in my Love You More Studio Charlie Brown Christmas sleeve, because, yeah. So I guess I'll just show you this one first. It doesn't matter. So this one's kind of the stowaway. So this was a new start on Sunday because for Magical Stitches last week, we had to stitch in house colors. So Pumpkin Hollow Farms was for the green, and I had done part of my gray with You Are My Density, and I needed the rest of my gray stitches. So I started Moon Phases because why would I bother picking up the whip that I know has gray in it when I could just have a new start, right? Yeah, so this is Moon Phases from the Witchy Stitcher, and I'll pop in a picture of what the pattern's gonna look like when it's finished. So and this is just on 16 count black Aida. This is actually the other half of that fabric that I was stitching Creature of the Night on, and I knew that this was what I was gonna use it for. So I started at the top in the center, so with the full moon. Hopefully by now I've already put that picture in. So I'm almost done, and I worked on this again yesterday. So it's had a few hours work, really. This doesn't take too long. But yeah, so I'm almost done with the full moon, and I'm just gonna work my way around the moons, and then I'll do the back stitching of the words in the center. Yeah, so this needle minder is from Snarky Crafter Designs on Etsy. Yeah, oh, I'm only using one color for the whole design, so you would have seen it's designed for just one color. And I'm using DMC 762. Okay. I love this gray. It's one of my absolute favorites. So that is that project for right now. I mean, there's really not a ton to show because I barely started it. And my last whip is the Temperature Quilt, which is a pattern by Stitchin' Mommy. And you can find her on Etsy also. She's also Stitchin' Mommy on Instagram, so you could go through her that way. I'm sure a bunch of you are already following her. So this again is 32 count light mocha Belfast linen. Needle minder from Thrifty Thread NZ. I actually bought this one and the Skull Matrushka. I actually bought them at the same time, so that's why they're from the same shop. I don't know if you guys just heard my stomach growl, but if you did, I hope you got a good laugh out of that because it was super loud. Oh man, that's gonna be funny when I edit. So this is my temperature quilt. I haven't even, now that I think about it, I haven't looked for yesterday's temperatures, the 15th. But this is only the first 13 days because for day 14, I woke up yesterday, I was like, okay, temperature quilt, I'm gonna knock this block out really quick. Same thing I do every morning. So I don't have the color for the high temperature for the 14th. So I knew I was gonna have to skip it. I have the temperature that I'm using for the low, but I don't know where I put it. I was going through stuff the other day. I know I saw this floss, and I literally don't know where I put it. So I'm thinking that, like, it's nowhere out here, so I think I'm gonna have to go through my little cross-stitch storage spot and pull out every bag and look because it's driving me insane. I literally don't know where I put it. So the 14th is not on here, but that's okay. When I find it, I'll fill it in on my Excel spreadsheets with all spreadsheet. It's just one with all the temperatures. Where I'm keeping up with all the temperatures, I just highlight the spots that I haven't done. So which I actually need to go back and highlight it. Yeah. So and then I need to look up the temperatures for the 15th and fill that in. But I'm loving it. Can I also say, guys, you should totally look sometimes before you're just like, yeah, I'll just substitute this color. I was buying floss for my Haid, and I had, so okay, in the temperatures, in the color scheme that Stitch and Mommy has on there for you, this color right here is supposed to be 445. DMC is 445, and I didn't have that at the time. I do now because of my Haid, but I didn't have it at the time. So I was like, well, I have 444. That should be close enough. I'll just switch it. Guys, oh my God, when I picked up 445 at the store, I was like, this is nowhere near, like, it's this, like, it's a gorgeous yellow, but it's like pastel, like pale yellow. Like, they're nowhere near each other. So, like, this is supposed to look like cold temperatures, right? And it totally does, except for this super bright yellow. So, yeah. I mean, it's fine. This is my favorite color anyway, 444. So, it's fine. And I'm not going to change it because I've already started using it and I'm not ripping this out. But it's just funny. It's like, darn it would have had a much cooler effect, but it's okay. I just thought that was funny. So you should look, guys. Always double check before you just substitute things. Yeah. So that's that project. You know, it's a day-by-day project. There's only so much that I can show you on that. But it's been 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to do a post every Tuesday updating this because I like to put an update post in the Stitch and Mommy group on Facebook every Tuesday also, and the Temperature Sal group. I like the Temperature Sal, I update it. I just put up an update every week just because it's a Sal. So I go ahead and I post it on Stitch and Mommy, so I figured I might as well do Instagram also. Yeah, and that's all of my whips. So I'm just gonna move right along. Okay, let's do a quick shout out because, two quick shout outs. So I recently finished binge watching all of Betsy's episodes from Bird Stitcher, Colorado. Love her. I'm sure all of you are already watching her, but if you're not, go watch her. I love her. Her projects are super awesome. Yeah, and that the not G-rated needleminder from Thrifty Thread is we're twins. She has the same needleminder, so I think that's super awesome. It's nice to see someone else with the same exact needleminder. Yeah, so go watch Betsy if you don't watch her. And the other people that I'm finally watching, I have been meaning to watch them since they announced their first episode, and I'm finally getting to it and enjoying it. It's the Sunshine Stitchers, and I'm a horrible person. Excuse me, because I feel like I possibly burped while I was talking just then. Anyway, Sunshine Stitchers, EJ, Gary, and Shelia. I think that's right. um, I love them. They are a hoot. Like, there's no other way to put it. If you need a good laugh, seriously go watch them. I'm only like 3 or 4 episodes in, but I'm slowly but surely catching up. So definitely go watch those Flosstubes if you don't already. Okay, so retail therapy, as I preluded a couple times, I ordered some grime guards from Silver Moon Sewing on Etsy. So I got this Martyrs map 8x8 for this Q snap, and then I also got an 11x17 grime guard for the Q snap that I ordered for Hogwarts Castle. Yeah, and it's Deathly Hallows because I have to keep it Harry Potter. It has to be Harry Potter if it's going on Hogwarts Castle. So, as you can see, I've got a theme going. It's Hogwarts, Harry Potter, the Needleminder's Harry Potter. The Grime Guard has to be Harry Potter or it's wrong. Plus Harry Potter. Like, we should just start calling this the Harry Potter show. I can't help it. I kind of love the guy. Not really, just his story. Harry's not my favorite character. Don't ask me who my favorite character is. I don't know. And I really don't want to have to try to figure that out. Ask me at the end of the year, since I'm rereading everything. We'll talk about it at the end of the year, if I remember. Yeah, so I got those. Okay, and then the only other retail... Did I say we were in retail therapy? I probably did. Anyway, if I didn't, it was on the screen. So, okay, the first part of retail therapy, the other two things are one, basically. So, first of all, let's talk about this Floss Buddy. Oh my goodness. So, if you don't know about Floss Buddies, they are made, the company name is Bags Plus, which is owned by Karina. I can't remember where Karina is. But anyway, so Michelle Bindi Stitchy is a rep, I guess you could say, for Floss Buddies, a distributor. I think that's the better word. But she gets Floss Buddies from Karina, and then it's less shipping for us, pretty much. So yeah, it's freaking awesome. I love this. I super love this. The boyfriend and I are like almost at the end of binge watching The Walking Dead on Netflix, so this is like perf. It has nothing to do with my Haid. It's like the exact opposite aesthetic of my Haid, but I don't even care. It's just lovely. So this is a 90, I guess I'll show this, because the other part of the retail therapy is the floss for my Haid. So look at this gorgeousness. Oh, pause it, take a picture, a screenshot. It'll last longer. You can stare later. Isn't it gorgeous? I seriously am so in love with this. So this is a 90, Man, I just hit myself in the mouth. So this is a 90 pocket Floss Buddy. And I have mine in here going down on one side and then starting up over here. And my Haid only has 83 colors. So 1, 2, and 3, meh, anyway, are there. And then I just stuffed all the extras in here. I needed 8 things of 310. And I'm kind of sad about it. Because when you look at the picture, I'll put in a picture up here. My Haid that I'm going to start tomorrow, as soon as that Q-snap gets here, I was going to start it the other day, but I need my Q-snap. I didn't want to start it in hand. So, anyway. I don't even remember where I was going. Darn it. I hate when that happens. Oh, I'm going to put in a picture here. Maybe I already did it. Or maybe I waited until this moment, because I'll remember that this is going to happen. This is the Haid that I'm going to be starting tomorrow. It's Butterfly Effect. The art is by Kate Powell. So, you would think, like, when you look at her hair, that would be more gray. Or maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe you guys are better at thinking that than I am. But anyway, there are 8 skeins of 310, and I don't know how to feel about that. There are only 2 skeins, both 33.71 and 37.99. I only needed 2 skeins, but I needed 8 skeins of 310. So I don't know. I'm thinking that it also might just be a ton of outlining, like for the butterflies maybe. I haven't really looked at the patterns, so I'm just going to wing it and go for it. Like, I'm not really trying to look ahead or anything, so yeah. But yeah, I love this, so I'm super psyched. And until I start it, because, you know, my Q-snap's not here, so obviously when that gets here, the fabric's going to be on a Q-snap. Which I bought a 11 by 11 Q-snap, because the one that Hogwarts is on is 11 by 11, but it's the Hobby Lobby brand, Yarnology, which there's nothing wrong with it. It works just fine. But the clamps, they don't have ridges on the inside like the actual Q-snaps do. So I keep having to like pull it every once in a while, and really I don't even adjust it anymore. Like, I've just kind of gotten used to it. But after working on this one, which is an actual Q-snap, like it's so much better. So I got an 11 by 11, and that's what my Haid is gonna go on. But until then, I'm just keeping, I'll try to lift my leg up here. So I'm just, have the fabric, and I just pop it over in here. And then my list from when I went floss shopping. Oh, and I don't know if I showed this part, in the center. Let me sit this down. There's a spot for a pen and, a little clip. There you go, you can see that. A little clip, so you can attach your scissors. And I need to get more stoppers to put on that before I stack myself. But yeah, so I super love this. I already need more Floss Buddies in my life. So much. Yeah, so I just pop it over in there. And then I'd like to take the strings on each side and fold them. Or, fold them, good grief, cross them. And then I just tie it in a bow on the other side. Just kind of a more secure way of keeping it closed than just if I like tied one over there. Yeah, so I love it. Thank you, Karina. Thank you, Michelle Bindi Stitchy. I'm so psyched about this. I'm so psyched to start my Haid tomorrow, you guys. So excited about it. Okay, so the only other thing that I wanted to talk about was the Modern Miss Darcy Reading Challenge for 2019. So I just had this as like the second picture on one of my posts after I had finally figured out what I was doing. There we go. Oh, I forgot to grab this. Hold on. Not cutting this out at all. literally not. Nobody's got time for that. So, okay. So, the 2019 Modern Mrs. Darcy Challenge or Reading Challenge. So this is the prompt. Oh, and here's the hashtag. If you want to look at other people's posts and what they're reading, it's hashtag MMD Modern Miss Darcy Challenge. So you can look at that because, oh, which reminds me, I think I need to make sure I'm following it. But yeah, so she gives you these book prompts, and I'm super excited about this. So I'm not going to go through the prompts in my books or anything, but I'll make sure that a picture of this is on the show notes this week so you guys can look at it. And again, it's on my Instagram. But yeah, so the book that I'm just going to start with this first one because this is how I want to start off my year. So the book for January that I'm going to do is The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving an F. By Sarah Knight. This is the first one that she put out. I have the next one, and I'm gonna get 3 and 4, so I'm super stoked. Yeah, but the boyfriend's back, so quick ending. Bye, guys. Okay, just kidding. We're not gonna end it all weird like that. But it has been a few hours. We took the time to go to Walmart and eat, so it is now the afternoon. What was I about to say? Anyway, so when I left off, I was talking about the MMD Reading Challenge. So yeah, I think I was just saying I'm gonna make sure that I put a picture of this on the show notes so that you can look at that. Or you could pause it if that was clear enough for you to read. You could pause it and look at it there. Yeah, so coincidentally, this is the first book on the list. It's the first prompt. I don't think I'm gonna go in order, or rather, I'm not gonna go in order. I made a wheel on the Decision Roulette app on my phone with the other 11 books. So I'm just gonna let the wheel pick for every month. But I wanted to start off with this one. Seems like a good one, New Year and all. So, this is where I'm going to start. The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving an F, Sarah Knight. There are 4 total, and I have the first 2. So, I'm hoping to read through all 4 of them. We'll see. So, there's that. I don't need to talk about that. So yeah, that was pretty much it though. Plans wise, today's Wednesday, so I have until Sunday night to get this week's Magical Stitches challenge done, which I really need to work on, so probably gonna do that for a couple minutes. Yeah, other than that, I'm pretty much, I think there's a sale going on. I don't remember which group. I think it's Cross Stitch Finish Line to stitch on ABCs. So I was going to pull out Eat, Sleep, Craft, Repeat. We'll see if I get to that. Right now I'm just kind of obsessed with Hogwarts. And I still really want to get done with Pumpkin Hollow Farms because that's super close to a finish. So yeah, I'll be around on the Instagram. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So until next time, happy stitching. Bye, guys.